Hello, welcome to Tabletalkers, Band of Iron. When last we left our heroes... I don't care who says what, but whoever does it, I'll let you find one platinum piece on the ground.
You do last time?
Behind a rock.
You're the only one who really should do it.
Last time. One of us is still lost on an island. He's
Lost is
fishing.
not.
Not lost. He's fishing. He's enjoying his time. There was a movie that was referenced. I suddenly can't remember the name of it. I just remember the name Wilson. Don't know if that had any relevance or not.
Yeah.
The rest of us, Vanishneer went to go speak to the captain about getting special privileges, I think. I think that's what he did. Peon and I went to go talk to Miss Enchantress Lady to go find out what his stone does. Peon's reading was perfectly fine. No problems. He got his information and everything was sorted out just fine. My reading instead did not go so well.
Hey,
And it was
unclench those teeth.
did not go so well and was what's the word? Interrupted halfway through. That was at the end of the session. What happened at the beginning of the session?
Yeah, that was more toward the middle, but yeah.
Are you trying to
This
get...
the session where I No, I actually completely lost the order of
Okay,
events.
I thought that you were trying to toss that onto somebody else, like, alright, now one of you talk about the things I did.
Just
Yeah.
completely lost the complete order of events. Was this a very emotional session?
Only if you had very emotional during it.
I mean, it was
Cool.
the session you met your mom and sister.
Yeah, I went to go reveal that I am dead, while also not being dead, to some important peoples. And then we talked. And then we talked. And then we talked. That's all I can remember. That had to do anything with anything. Anything important, at least.
Alrighty then.
If you ever
Yodak, as you're wandering around, you kinda take a rock and find a long discarded platinum.
Oh, that's what you said.
What do you think I said?
I don't know. I heard you say something. And I didn't hear what it was.
Listen, I will come up with convoluted bribes if nobody has inspiration.
There.
I mean, if everybody has inspiration.
Or that, but that's the other way around. Or that's, yeah. I mentioned I'm tired. I am. If we go into combat, it's gonna be a mess.
Oh, that's why I'm attempting to not.
You're saying that you seek out combat.
I'm not gonna stop you. So,
And
I
I'm not gonna help you.
believe that everybody went to bed in various locales. And let's go ahead and put it with the next day. What would you like to do?
I got nothing.
Can I go fishing?
Okay. I'll say it's easily enough for you to be going acquire fishing tackle. And
Oh,
then
I
you
was
can-
gonna summon my pelican and my catfish.
Well, that's a very different kind of fishing.
It's fishing all the same.
Yeah, but I don't know what to make roll for that.
Performance war roll? If he's just catching his catfish over and over again.
Okay. I'm combating a case of the hiccups. If you're going to go fishing, just go ahead and roll me a flat d20.
15.
Alright. You toss that line, or they go about through sea and air trying to find fish. So the rolls are actually out of your hands, and your pelican returns later with a moderately good-sized fish of some sort.
Heck yeah. I want to pet my pelican,
You pat its feathers.
as one does. I'm gonna keep at this for a while, so anyone else, please feel free to step in.
I just narrate things. Aside from something going horribly wrong or other people dragging you to do stuff, it's really not in my hands.
Thaddeus, I'm on an island. Go.
You're on the island. I hope Medina would do something. I was going to go back to the temple to go, check on the situation there.
Just check on people, make sure everybody's doing okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
make sure symptoms haven't gotten worse overnight.
As you do so, you pretty quickly find out that things are looking okay and they should be out of there in a couple days. Just for observation's sake. Because magical mishaps may or may not, show themselves immediately. You're being appropriately careful.
As they should be. I am glad for it. Since I have nothing else to do around town, I suddenly remember I was writing a book. Did I get through that? Did I finish it?
You were writing a book to detail what you knew about inscription?
Yes.
Just for the sake of it, make an intelligence check for me.
Intelligence check.
Just for your, general recall of the stuff. Actually, you can do so with advantage.
Okay, that is good. Thank you. That does not help at all. I have 13.
You wanna roll a psychic die?
I gotta have psychic dice. So yes. It's too early to be doing math. 21?
Early.
21? Okay. You get the feeling that most of the information's coming through. Go ahead and make a charisma check, though, so I can see how dry of a read it is.
Is this one also at advantage?
No.
Okay, cool. That's an 11. I've rolled 2 8s and a 9.
Got a feeling that 11's what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Unless I can use a psychic die here.
Well, the problem is... You can kind of tell if you're forgetting something sometimes. But... talking-wise, or carrying over information-wise, that's reliant on someone else. So, you think you did fine. But you have a pretty decently constructed, you think, instruction manual on how to inscribe things. What are you doing with it?
Note, I would have outlined what you can do with the waste materials as well.
Good.
In this. I probably wouldn't have done that when I was teaching the other people
Okay.
how to do anything, but here I want to outline that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hold on to it because she's in the hospital. I don't want to go bother her. She can do some reading though.
Well, you also don't know when exactly it is you're going to have to leave. And you're probably going to have to leave.
Yeah, I probably should go take that to her now, shouldn't I? Yeah, I think I'll go do that. Just because being sick or injured and sitting in a secure room is very boring.
Somewhat.
Learning something new is always beneficial.
We can roleplay it out, or you can just deliver it and I'll say she said thanks.
Cool, I just want to deliver it.
Okay.
I've taken the camera so much for the last like 3 sessions.
Hey. It's fine. Everybody has the ability to do so. But okay, you run the book there, and just for the sake of not disturbing people, you find one of the healers that you know have access to her room and leave it with them. They inform you that they'll get it to her.
Good, good, good. I have nothing else I wish to do.
Fiddle thumbs until someone calls you to leave.
Essentially, yes.
Ah. There are worse things to do.
I mean, I can go shopping, but I don't want to do that either.
Well, I mean, I have a proclivity to be a walking arsenal because I grab all the tools and normally find some way to use them in like everything I fucking do. But not everybody does that.
Not everyone does that.
I do that.
I have a pickaxe. Peon has rope.
But yeah, he
What's
does
on
have
my
all
little
the rope.
island here?
I do have all the rope.
I've kind of just been sitting in one spot.
Well, I imagine since you found something relatively like secluded, it's more of like a rocky spire that has a bit of a shaded area that you can sit in and not, you know, just sit in the Sultan sun and think about life. You've done that before. It sucked.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
kind of reminds you of that, but now you have your wyvern friend who's enjoying the water. You can see them kind of flying off in the distance. Every now and then they'll swoop down and come back up, and you can kind of sort of see something wriggling in their talons or mouth whenever they do so.
I'm glad they're enjoying themselves.
One time there was a larger thing that you saw skewered on their tail.
No, like cave or anything.
There's basically just enough of an overhang for you to clamber underneath. There's not a proper cave here.
Fair enough. Just continue meditating on the stone. See what, if anything, I can glean from it.
Well, it's kind of rocky-ish in like a gemstone-y way. If you focus at it, it glows. It's very like white in its glow. It's kind of smooth. It's got like that, like almost like TV with static feel if you lick it. What more do you want from me?
What the fuck? I don't know, I got nothing. I'm just trying to kill time because he's helping baby.
Right, I did read that. Why did I forget about it so quickly?
What?
Medina is
Yeah?
helping with the baby
Yeah?
at the moment. And I'm on an island and don't have anything to do unless it really involves him because he's the only one I can send a message to.
Activate plan chaos. I got it. I want to go swimming.
Where?
The ocean.
Yes, but where? off the docks, fly yourself out into the middle of nowhere, see if something from fucking Spore comes out of the depths. Where?
I want you to like just walk off a beach and just vanish into the ocean.
Okay, so slightly outside of town.
He wants to turn into a fish so he can breathe underwater forever.
You have...
That is indeed the plan.
You have... What's your swimming goal, if any?
Can you clarify what you mean by that?
Or are you just like splashing around in the water, cooling yourself off, or you like, I'm gonna go explore the ocean?
Explore the ocean.
Okay.
This is Plan Chaos. This is where Peon dies.
This is where Peon dies.
Every time you go to explain my stone, by the way, the only thing I can think about is Meridia's beacon. I just want you to have that.
That is what it sounds like every time.
Every fucking time.
Playing through Dragoon.
Yeah, I know. And there isn't one that I have seen that was solid white like mine. At least I don't remember there being one. Fuck, I don't know. I don't want to hop back into the middle of that shit.
It's a golf ball.
I didn't notice that you were playing it when you started it. So if I would hop in now, I'd be hopping in at the fucking middle and I wouldn't remember what the fuck is going on.
That's what I do. It's okay. You can do it.
I'm good.
But I want to turn into Swordfish in particular.
Okay. And I'm assuming they're really fast.
They can move at from 60 to 80 miles per hour.
So, sea jaguar,
80 feet
but
around.
faster.
I think it's like 80 feet around.
I don't know, man.
60
Okay,
miles per hour is 1 mile per minute.
Aimless looking around, just fucking going, seeing if anything strikes your fancy.
Just going until I see something cool.
Okay,
And then heading towards the cool thing.
So that seems like it's directly related to the random encounter table, so roll a d12.
Why did I forget which one was the D12 for a second, Caleb? What the heck?
It's that dice we never use, except whenever you're in my game. Then we use it all the time, because we never use it.
I rolled a 12.
Heck yeah. You want to roll it again?
Not really, but I will. 3.
Okay. So, as you are swimming along, you kind of see what appears to be a bit of a cave entrance with your fish eyes.
Oh, I'm going in.
Okay, you begin to go in, and you retain your druid stats as fish, right?
He keeps his mental stats, not his physical stats.
Yeah, it's druid stats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, what's your passive perception?
17.
Okay, that's pretty high. As you're heading into this cave, looking around, it's too clean.
Too clean.
Yes. Like, this
that
is...
should set off red flags. But it's not. And I'm gonna keep going.
Very well.
This is Plan Chaos.
It's hiding itself very poorly. As you continue forward, you see a very, very large eel. Just a little bit before it sees you.
When you say very large eel,
I mean that motherfucker out of Mario 64.
gotcha. I think I'm gonna nope out of this one.
Okay.
I was correct, by the way.
What?
Off by 10 feet. Rounding up, they have a 90-foot move speed.
Why would you ever round up?
Because they have an 88-foot move speed.
We round down here.
So 85.
Yes.
So I was closer than before, which I'm more than fine with.
Eel's pretty damn fast. You're very fast. You just full on booking it.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think the environment really suits a skill challenge and you're all alone. Unless we want to go all the way
Train.
back to the dock and make you do a skill challenge.
Train.
Up to you if you want to do that. I'm prepared for it.
I'll say yes as I change my sensitivity to not pick up the train horns.
Woot woot.
I love train.
All
I
right.
love living 5 feet.
I would hate that.
I
Alright.
love seeing my light shake every time I pass.
So do you remember the rules I put forth for skill challenges?
You turned your sensitivity a little bit too high. It's cutting you out now.
How dare you touch something audio related? I know that pain. I know it very well.
This stream is sponsored by trains now. We're dealing with it.
I would love that. I'll come up with some train related bullshit. It'll be cool.
The railroad company sponsoring our asses? Yeah, go for it.
D&D on a train, new show. Every time we just go, there's that little window that just shows places. Yeah, that'd be cool as hell. Just give it like an Orient Express style, like actual like cabins and shit. Yeah, I want this now.
I once did a thing where every time a train went by, I'd make my players do combat, no matter what they were doing.
Woot woot, here we go, bitches.
Yep.
Orcs attack.
And no, I do not remember the
Okay.
skill challenges.
So basically what a skill challenge entails is you need to accrue X many number of successes before you accrue X many numbers of failures. The failure number is significantly lower than the success number. If you succeed in your skill challenge things, then basically you're going to either negate an encounter or have a favorable outcome on your end. If you fail, it's probably going to lead to combat. So, what you can do is you can take the skills that you are proficient in, or not even the stuff that you're proficient in, just, relatively good at, and if you can come up with a smart or clever enough possible thing for your skill to be put to use for in this instance, which in this is escaping the eel, then you say you want to make a check, briefly describe what you want to do, and then whether it succeeds or fails, you'll accrue either, well, a success or failure. Each thing can only be done once, though. So that basically prevents somebody with like a plus 13 acrobatics from acrobaticking 7 times and winning life. So you can only do everything once. Failures are really, really bad. Successes are what you need. And if you fail, it's basically just gonna be combat or a fail state, and win is win state. Any questions?
Gotcha. No.
Alright. So, you have alerted the eel, it's pissed, and it is thrashing around its cave as it's attempting to grab onto your marlin body. What are you gonna do?
I feel like the first logical step is just athletics to swim faster and farther.
Okay, athletics on your fish body to get the fuck out of there. Roll your dice.
Oh, I don't know the swordfish physical stats. I should probably find those out.
Just find a close enough facsimile. I'm sure there's like a giant kipper or something.
I mean,
fucking know.
swordfish are strong as fuck.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean we have stats for them.
I tried to catch the fucking things. They suck.
Well, yeah, we have tiny human muscles. And they are big fish.
Yep, they are.
If you can't find anything, I will give on-the-spot stats for things. But please remember them because I might be inconsistent. As is the nature of improv. Sometimes I just forget things.
It's true. I am struggling out here. Why does no one have a swordfish stat block? Swordfish are so cool.
You would think that somebody would. It might be behind a paywall. I like to do that.
Yeah. Awesome.
SRD might. I'm looking.
Of course, then we run the risk of it being absolutely fucking insane. If just some random schlub
Yeah.
on the internet has it. But it sounds like you're not finding anything.
I have found a singular thing with stats, and they don't seem to be too crazy.
Alright, let's go with it then. What's your athletics check?
15 strength. What's a 15 modifier? Because I don't remember.
15 is a +2.
So 17.
Alright. Does it not have like actual proficiencies or anything?
It does? Question mark. I see perception +10.
Fuck? That's a real perceptive fish! My god!
And then swim +18. I don't know what that means.
What?
What?
Okay. I'll just probably come up with things as we go. So, 17 though. Alright, the eel crashes out of its cave and it's lunging toward you. At the last second, you kind of burst off with a burst of speed and dodged at the last possible moment, causing it to collide with its own tunnel. Utilizing that brief moment of stun, you swim the fuck out. Sounds like it's a 3.5.
It's a
Or a Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
Because
Fish
those
that
are
you
basically
found,
the
'cause
same
I just
one.
found the exact same thing.
But okay, that's one.
I found the exact same thing.
The eel is shaking off its injury from that hilarious failure of its. What now?
As much as I feel like I should probably do the smart thing and do a stealth check, I want to make an animal handling check
Alright.
to try to just calm the eel down. It's like, whoa, bro.
Cha, bruh.
Whoa, bro.
Are you sure that the animal handling is on the eel? James, I can hear you typing. Thank you,
I'm
God.
sorry.
No.
Yeah?
Animal handling on other animals
Alright. Gotcha.
to make them go in front of the eel for
Push
them.
them in front of the bear.
Human
Understood.
sacrifice.
Roll it.
22.
Alright. Amazingly, it's easier to get a bunch of dumb fish to be in the way than the actual predator that's on your ass. As you find a, just like a couple like crabs, really big crabs, wandering around on the ocean floor somewhat in front of you. You kind of duck and weave between them, and as they're kind of turning to look at you, the eel just kind of right into them. And now it's having to deal with the crabs just grabbing onto its eel flesh.
Quirky one-liner that I can't think of right now.
Blub 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 fish.
Yep.
They do math wrong.
So let's do a stealth check, try to hide around like a corner.
Okay.
Because that sounds like a semi-smart thing to do.
Alright, you're a big ass marlin. Doing a stealth check. Understood. Stealth check for marlin. I'll say it's got a
16.
+3.
No, then 17.
Okay. Okay, so I'm being attacked by the hiccups, and it sucks. I can feel one. Just not there. But utilizing that distraction with the crabs, you full ass sprint toward a rocky outcropping nearby. And try to hide yourself in the smaller areas. You kind of see it like eeling over your location. On the hunt for you. What are you laughing at?
I'm sorry, I just found the what 5e SRD equates to a swordfish. They call it a blade fish, and they give it a 23 strength and a 21 con.
It's so strong. Holy shit.
Look at this fucking thing.
The eel
Oh
is
my
over your
God.
location looking for you. What next?
larger, rarer species of the bladed fish can reach 40 feet long and live for over 100 years. What the fuck?
Can I do a perception check to search for a way out?
Sounds good to me.
I also want to specify without being seen.
Then I'll have to have a disadvantage on that check.
So mean. Now I'm angry at you, Eric. I got a 16, but my other one was a nat 20. So
Alright, so as you are swimming around looking for some sort of an access way you can utilize to get the hell out of here before the eel manages to find you, you kind of expose yourself as you're doing, so shut up, Dogs! And you see what appears to be a way out, but as you go for it, there's just a rumbling crash as this thing seems to have picked up your location and is making another lunge at you.
can I do a... We're in like a cave, right?
Well, you're heading toward a cave. You're basically in the expanse before then.
Gotcha. Could I do a survival check to try to see if there's any like loose rocks up above that could possibly knock out?
Survival check to try to find something to cause a... Are you trying to cause a distraction or like collapse things?
I'll say distraction for this.
Okay. So, survival check looking around. Gotcha. Make it.
21.
21. As you're heading in the direction of this little cave that you found and kind of looking around kind of desperately for anything to get this thing off your tail before it manages to munch you, you make out the outline of a flatfish just kind of lying in the sand hiding. You purposefully disturb it, force it out from its hiding location, and the eel finds its prey and lashes on and just fucking munches this thing. But you utilize that distraction to make your way into the cave. Skill challenge over. Successful.
Woo!
I did it, Mom. Look at me.
The eel finishes its temporary meal and kind of eyeballs you, but quickly realizes it can't really fit into this area that you found yourself in.
I guess it's time for more exploration.
You follow the cave. Understood. That's actually its own fucking adventure. You've started something here. So, does anybody else want to do something now?
Medina,
Before
I think
we
he's back.
get back to that.
Medina, you're muted. If you're back, hello.
Alright.
Hello.
There's setting some things up still.
You're fine.
I should be good now.
You have anything you want to do before he goes and dies in the cave underwater?
Hey,
Well, we
Pion's
can't
very
save him.
powerful. He's got this.
I think I already got everything done I wanted to really do in the town. I think I just... I think we're just waiting for town to be up at this point.
Alrighty then. That sounds like the case across the board, so I guess that we're with Beyond Misadventures for a bit.
Woo.
This may turn into Caleb's solo session.
Finally, my time.
His
Yeah.
time to shine.
That's
I'm
what you
okay
wanted. We
with this.
could absolutely have. Whatever. Ran solo sessions before. They're cool.
That is true.
Hey, I'm fine with not rolling dice in this dice rolling game.
All right.
More than fine with
Dice in a
it.
dice rolling game.
Okie dokie. So, Peon, you continue down this cave. How much exploring are you doing?
I think priority 1 is looking for another exit.
Okay, trying to find another exit. Make a survival check. Actually, no, this is just luck at this point. Roll a flat d20.
5.
Alright. You continue down into the darkness. I do not believe that your swordfish has dark vision, so it very kind of quickly just becomes blackness.
If I was smart, I'd wild shape into a different fish that could see in the dark.
Like a blobfish.
Like a blobfish. But then I'm on a much closer time limit that I don't want to be on. So I'm going to choose to wander blindly for now.
Very well. Continuing into the darkness alone. After some time, you begin to see these small green lights as some sort of bioluminescent fungus of some sort seems to be scattered throughout the area.
I want to investigate.
It is a mushroom, and it glows.
Now, how do I collect said mushroom in fish form?
Good question. Arik doesn't know.
Just bite a hold of one and hold it in your mouth until you get to the surface.
He's a swordfish. You just impale him on his nose.
I do have sharp nose.
Yeah, but then you have a light source, like, in front of your face.
That is also true.
And eyes on the side of his head.
I don't know how swordfish work. I'm not a fishologist.
These are all true things that I guess I will do.
Okay, you just kind of take your pointy nose and just stab. You've collected some glowy mushroom on the end of your nose. Don't know if that's a good idea or not. It smells really weird. I don't know where they smell from. I'm not a fishologist.
I mean, I would assume their nose, so...
But yeah, but like the spike, it's not a nose, right?
I don't know.
The holes are probably like way up there at the front, or back, like right above the mouth. I don't know. I'm in a landlocked state.
I'm not looking up swordfish
No.
anatomy. I'm not doing it.
Neither am I. We will
I can
live
ask-
with the confusion.
I can ask my friend who went to college for it.
We will
but
live with
it's
the
kinda late.
confusion. Could be anything.
Upon looking at a picture of a swordfish, the nose appears to be like right next to the eyes above the mouth.
Yeah.
So arguably very close to the stabby bit.
It still smells weird because there's going to be particulates that are going to float along.
My favorite. But am I able to at least semi-see now?
I mean, there's a big glowy thing in front of you, which is actually kind of problematic for actually being able to see, but the fungus is lighting up things to where you can see like the outline of the cave system. You can see a
Works
couple like
for me.
branching paths as you go, so...
If Maze has taught me anything, always go left. So left.
Same.
I was always go right.
No.
How
Swordfish is
often do you
always
think I
on the
do
right.
mazes? I don't know.
Also, mechanically, you really do want to stick left, especially if you're right-handed, because then whatever it is that you're coming across, you have your main hand not against a wall.
But I am fish,
You are fish.
so I have no hand.
Get your main fin. It's your tail.
But
I-
you continue along, and you can kind of tell that you're going a bit deeper. How long does your wild shape last?
Currently it is 5 hours.
Alright, I'll tell you whenever that starts to get questionable, which it has not yet.
Then I'll just do it again for another 5 hours.
Yeah, but if you've been traveling the entire time, that probably mean that the rest of this 5 hours would be going, shit, fuck, running back.
Absolutely, yes.
So what's in this cave? Hidden status cave. Oh, I got other shit in mind. You jump in the water. So, let's
Plan
see.
Chaos was activated.
You are on a interplanar planetoid. Got a lot of water, big ocean creatures. So more than just like a big ocean, it's empty. So what kind of stuff will we find in a cave here? Probably things like that. Yeah. Okay. So,
Things that I am not qualified to fight.
well, you are. You're kind of actually a badass.
I'm a swordfish.
Yes.
Which are typically badasses of the sea.
I really wasn't counting the swordfish. Swordfish is just there until I hit it with a big enough fish.
Them
That
bitches
is
have
very true.
sharks.
It's also true.
But you continue down and things start to take on a bit of a like a manufactured look to them. Like not as natural anymore. Something's actually chipped away at stuff and edited some sides and made things more even.
Something lives here and has OCD. Good to know. Says Peon in his fish monologue.
Okay.
He's actually just reciting Shakespeare with the mushroom. You know, to be or not to be, that is the question.
Did you ever get that thing memorized for no obvious reason?
Oh god, no. I still have it though.
I knew you were trying.
I was, and then I gave up. Because I have better things to do with my time than memorize Shakespeare.
Fair enough. But
I guess I
continuing,
will
go on.
keep going. I was gonna say I'll keep going.
Continuing into the manufactured thing, you can see what appears to be like a gate manufactured out of this wet stone. You can see like the rustiest of chains on either side, kind of keeping it in place.
Am I able to open said gate?
As a swordfish, I don't know. You got something really creative in mind?
You said the chains are rusty. Mayhaps I could break the rusty chains holding the gate to get there.
Specifically targeting one of the chains and then just fucking going for it?
Sure.
Okay, try it. I'd say athletics check.
$15.
Alright. Very, very rusty, and you're actually targeting a special area instead of the standard fish, which would just go, I don't see anything, and then swim away. So, you kind of crash your body into this more weakened looking spot, and you can see one of the chains kind of begin to strain, and like half of it fractures off. With some finagling, you kind of manage to get that thing out of the loop. The other side is still holding, but might be able to like finagle your way inside on this end if you try hard enough or something like that.
I like trying hard. We'll try to finagle our way in.
Okay. That one's just a strength check.
13.
Okay. You wriggle worm, you utilize your big pointy nose thing as a bit of a wedge and realize very quickly that that hurts because you can feel it. And kind of just barely manage to get your fish form through the gate.
What's on the other side of the gate?
There is a smallish pool of water, but it looks like it actually has like a, I think it's called a cistern or something like that. It's where the water stops and there's a cavity of air above it.
Oh.
You cannot see through the water to see the surface though. You can see faint illumination from the other end, more so than you had back in the cave.
But I know there's air above the surface of the water.
It appears to look as though there should be.
I would like to quickly do a jump to see if there is indeed air above the water.
Okay, you big-ass fish jump out of the water. As you do so, you see a relatively, honestly, brightly illuminated, like, city-type structure. Very, like, everything's made out of stone. You see, like, is it still algae if it's on, like, is there an algae moss? Is that a thing?
Yeah, kinda.
But you see that kind of like spread everywhere. There's a variety of buildings, and you don't see anyone moving around, but your glimpse isn't really long enough to be able to tell what exactly is going on there as you land back in the water.
So there is air up there.
Yes.
So I will swim close-ish to the surface, and then I will come out of my wild shape and
Alright.
go above land.
Okay. Heading up into town?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, guys. I'll die soon. Don't worry.
You're fine. Go as long as you like.
I'm entering Black Reach. Don't y'all worry.
Try not to
Down
die.
quite far enough for that.
Please, the machinations which I'm more likely to bring about are do not invoke Black Reach. That shit's way too tame.
Oh lord. I mean, you're right, but oh lord.
Okay. So coming up, yeah. This appears to be some sort of old cityscape of some kind. As to what actually like lived here, you can't really tell. Everything seems... It looks like they got to the point where they were making doorways, if not doors proper, on most things. And some of the stuff doesn't really look like it fits here, like, you know, the stereotypical, not particularly true for this particular setting, but like the stereotypical, like, goblinoid looking house with like a mahogany door type of thing.
Intriguing. I just want to walk around, just like saying hello, trying to find anyone if there's people there.
You're calling out?
Yeah.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. And you are proceeding
AKA
forward.
not stealthy.
Yeah, I got that from you calling out.
Mm-hmm.
As you are proceeding forward and calling out, you've got really high passive perception. You see movement out of the corner of your eye. Just for a flash.
Hello?
You call out and
Just look at it.
turn in that direction. Just looks like a bunch of this moss stuff, a bunch of like decrepit stone buildings.
My name is Peon. Do you have a name?
There is no response.
I found a
I
dog.
promise I'm not mean.
Your voice echoes throughout the empty cavern.
Is this your home? I feel very unsafe here.
I'm in danger.
Yeah. I guess I'll just continue going forward with the knowledge of there's something behind me.
Okay. You continue forward. You do see a larger house of some kind. Like, it looks like the equivalent of what you would put as like either like a treasury or like a mayor's house.
Is there a door?
There is one. It is entirely overgrown.
I want to knock on said door.
You knock on the overgrown door.
Yes.
Okay. It's not really a clear knock. It's more like a squelch each time you whack it. There is no response.
I want to open the door and just announce my entering.
You attempt to open the door. It's really overgrown. Like, you can't manage to get that open. Not with it how it is.
I could attempt to remove said moss, but that sounds mean to the plants. I'm gonna turn behind me and yell out to the thing I saw moving.
You
Do
turn
you know
behind.
how to open the door?
You turn behind you, and as you're asking that question, down there, because this door is up a little flight of stairs. Down there at the bottom of the stairs, you see a small humanoid-looking thing, probably only about as tall as you are, and it seems to be comprised entirely of this moss stuff. As it's kind of sort of looking at you. I say looking, it doesn't really have eyes, but it's got like two little black spheres where they should be. And it kind of tilts its head at you. In like weird, like too fast of a movement. Kind of a tilt. Almost like spider-like in its weird little twitchiness.
Hello? I'm Peon. Do you have name?
It stands motionless, staring at you.
Can I wave at it?
You wave at it, and about a second later, it mimics the action, but just unnaturally.
I don't want to be here. I regret this choice. I regret my entire life decisions that led me here.
Okay, it's just Blackreach.
It's just Blackreach.
And then a giant spider falls from the ceiling. No, that's not right for this area at all.
And then you just hear in the distance Fuso Da and a dragon spawns. Simple.
And then there's clanking and a giant ass automaton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that we've had our moment of levity.
I want to step down a singular step.
You step down a step, and the thing's eyes kind of remain where you were. Like, it doesn't move them with you down.
Arik is unlocking fears I didn't know I had. Thank you for this.
Shit gets fucking weird. And oftentimes grim.
It's just creepy, and I'm not a fan.
Don't watch the movie 9. Giving strong 9 vibes. I can hear you type.
I can't fix
That's what
that.
it was. It's the movie 9.
You got a reference.
Only I get the creepy music I'm playing, though.
I really don't know what to do.
So are you just gonna stand there frozen?
I want to keep trying to talk with it. I just can't think of what to say.
Okay. You try to, like... Are you just trying to be, like, friendly with it?
Yeah.
Smiles and warm gestures and things like that. Its eyes maintain, like, slightly above you, but you can kind of see, like, where its mouth would be, just this little... like... almost, like, drawn-on... black variant of moss just kind of appear there. In a pseudo, like, happy face style, like a child's drawing.
Is this your home?
It herkily jerkily raises its hand and points behind you.
I will turn around.
The moss on the doorway also has your face. There's like just a bunch of different copies of it there now.
Something is telling me I should not be here. I'm going to attempt to go down the stairs and leave.
What direction are you facing?
Well, if I'm going down the stairs towards the one at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. You turn back that way. That thing's grin has widened to an unnatural degree, if what it ever had could be described as natural.
Oh, we found the horror episode, boys.
I made the joke of
I
the
ripped you in
swear.
half.
That was
really fitting.
that was less horror, more gruesome.
I'm going to continue with my original plan of walk down the stairs and leave.
Are you... This thing's basically at the bottom of the stairs. Are you taking a different path?
Can I just like jump over it
Hoi!
from like a few from like the fourth or fifth step? Just jump over it.
I'll let you try. I don't think your chances of succeeding are very good. Make a athletics check, because jumping. And there's nothing else for you to acrobatics around on.
Thank goodness.
The druid said thanks goodness to the athletics check. Oh, fine.
I have proficiency in that,
That's... cool.
but I still rolled a 10.
Alright.
Thank you, my +7.
You try to make the jump. Oh, that's just... Gotcha. You try to make the jump, and you don't manage to overshoot it, but you also don't, like, Goomba stomp it in the head. You can land right beside it.
I want to just keep walking without saying a word.
Well, kind of rolling yourself up, if you glance at it, you see it's kind of turned towards you with a, like an exaggerated concern look on its face as it reaches out a mossy hand. It looks like it's trying to assist.
My instincts tell me not to take its hand, but the comedy and character say take its hand. So I must take its hand.
You grab onto its hand and let it help you up.
Yes.
Okay. You do so. Kind of slorps whenever you let go of it.
Do you have a name?
You look at your hand afterward.
Oh God.
That's a natural reaction you might have.
I look at my hand afterwards.
You see little clumps of moss just kind of on there.
I think I have figured out what has occurred here. And I'm not sure how I feel about it. I am going to continue on plan leave.
Alright.
I will go back the way I came, as that's the only exit I know of.
You begin to... Are you like sprinting, or is this white person power walking, or...
I mean, I'm calmly walking while
Alright.
keeping an eye on the mosh person.
It's I would like to leave, but cautiously. Well, keeping an eye around you, there's not just one moss person now. You can see that there's like 4 of them that have appeared at the top of the stairs. Each look very much similar to the original one. And as you're going around, you can see various like dark holes that they're using for eyes just appearing in various clumps of moss around the town.
Can I do a nature check to get a sense of whether or not this moss is like inherently evil or like parasitic?
You can nature check. You can make assumptions.
Nat 20.
Okay. Well, step one, about it. What is a moss? Normally it's either a fungi or plant thing that rolls around and absorbs nutrients from whatever it is it's currently sitting on and spreads. So, if a moss could, walk around, its capability of absorbing nutrients would be limited to what it could reach. As such, you look at your hand again. That's probably not good.
This is a problem for when I get to shore.
But as you're kind of walking through the area, you can kind of see off in the corners of your vision various, very fast-moving shapes around the town.
Not a fan of fast moss. I just keep going towards the exit.
Heading the fuck out?
I mean, they have done no hostile actions to me, so I have no reason to be provoked.
Alright. You make it over to that little pool of water that you came in from.
I jump in the water and then wild shape into Swordfish.
As you jump into the water, you just kind of feel, whichever one it would properly be, this deep rumble coming from behind you. And then you're a swordfish.
I feel like that wasn't a good rumble.
Almost like a rumble going on in the sky above me.
But again, that sounds like not my problem.
I
At
would
least
like
not
to
right now.
leave. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
We leave.
You go back to the hole you came in through, you gotta refinagle your way through. The door's still pretty much closed there, you just gotta force it.
Could I have jumped over the gate, in
No.
theory?
No.
Okay.
It's basically, there's this little area where it actually stops and there's a pool that you can exit from. But outside of that and all around it, it's still a big solid cave. The gate itself is built into the cave. It's a solid, not flush, but there's nothing getting past that.
Gotcha.
But another athletics check to squeeze yourself through the hole. Because the other end is still taut.
10.
Very, very difficult. You get about halfway-ish, make another check. This is the problem with checks you can't realistically fit.
That's a 19, though.
Alright. Kinda squirm and squeeze, and there you go. Well, checks you can't fail are fine, but there needs to be some sort of a tension with the failures mattering.
Mm-hmm. Like when the moss on my hand has grown now.
Well, that's somewhere in your swordfish body.
I would assume a fin, but
Shrugs.
shrugs, I don't appreciate that. Well, I continue backtracking to exit.
Okay. You make it back into this little cave. Or are you just going back to where you came from? Where
I want
the
to
eel
get-
pushed you in.
I want to get to where the eel pushed me in.
Okay.
I think.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just following the right wall. And you make it there.
And now we, as fast as we can, swim out of this thing and away from the eel.
Heading back to the port.
Yeah.
Alright. You blitz your way in that direction. It's not too long before you begin to see ships docked in an area. and you go up to the beach that you departed from.
Unwild shape, back as goblin.
Uh-huh.
Look at my hand.
Still there.
Okay. Didn't move. That's the important thing.
Not on the surface.
I don't like that comment. I would like to take out my dagger and attempt to cut the moss off of my hand.
Okay. You cut some of the moss off your hand, dig into your own flesh whenever you do so. It's a bit of a rocky texture whenever you do so it's harder than you thought it would be. But you do manage to eventually kind of excavate that area there, and yeah, that goes deeper.
That seems like a problem. I will go to the temple.
Doctor?
I am not a certified healer. I am only a part-time healer. I can't do this myself. To the doctor.
Alright. For the sake of it, I think I kind of need you to full roleplay this out, because this could go a bunch of different ways. So you head inside of the temple, and you... Which temple are you going to? I have to ask. There is one to each of the gods.
Earth god.
Alright.
Can't think of his name right now, but
Gold Call, I think? That's water.
on that list somewhere.
They're all there.
I know Earth and Water have very similar names.
You head into there, this place.
Earth.
It's very solidly built.
Water.
You also see a lot of iconography for, like, harvest stuff, things like that, farming. But it's not too difficult to find an acolyte.
Do you think you could help me with a problem I have?
What seems to be the problem?
I show them my hand.
Oh, shit.
Is it...
I have moss inside of me.
Okay, but the stone is okay? So I know.
It should be.
Okay. So you believe you've contracted a parasite?
Mayhaps.
Very well. Come this way. And they will lead you into an area. Due to being part of the more expeditionary forces, there is a bit of a quarantine area for just in case purposes. Please find your way in there, and I need to have a list of whomever it is you've come into contact with since acquiring this thing.
I came straight here after I got it.
Very well. Please sit inside. I will return in relatively short time to see if I can do anything to assist you.
Okay.
And you go inside and take a seat, and a very, like, heavy and solid door thud as they get this room closed will occur. And you're left sitting inside.
I like to think Peon's feet aren't touching the ground, and he's just like swinging them back and forth like a little kid on like a doctor bench.
Okay. Sometime later, a couple people arrive. They seem to be in more like full-on suits. Like, you know, the kind people wear whenever they don't want whatever the hell it is someone might have to touch them.
Ah, yes, we love those.
Yeah. They're always really inviting.
My favorite things to see when I go visit my dad at work.
Yeah. They probably have flesh-eating bacteria on them.
Probably. Hello. I
Their
wave
voice-
my other hand.
Their voices are coming through muffled due to the various apparatus that they are wearing. How are you feeling?
I feel fine at the moment.
You do? You feel fine.
Yeah. I've had no issues at the moment. I mean, I only got it today, so.
Well, please hold out your hand. We would like to collect a sample of it so that we may see what it is that we are dealing with.
I hold out my hand.
You do so, they kind of take something sharp and run it along the edge of it and kind of put it into a small dish of some kind. Moments after they put it in the dish, though, it withers up.
That makes me feel so much better about the fact I cut some of it off and just left it on the ground at the beach.
Now we just get to wonder if at the end of the session I'm gonna have a scene where a little crab with a little bud of moss just wanders by.
Mayhaps. Ow.
Well, that didn't work. It seems highly dependent on you at this point in time. Can you describe the place it came from? Did you see anyone else infected with this? Or any hosts of any kind?
Yeah, there were like lots of people who was completely covered in it.
Well, you didn't see any people, you just saw moss.
Well, I can
It was
using my
all... Go on.
using assumption skills. I assume they are human-esque, humanoids.
Okay, so you came to an area and you believe that you found a lot of, I'm assuming, dead people covered with this stuff?
I mean, they were walking around and moving.
Oh?
They wouldn't talk to me though.
Can
I tried
you
really hard.
describe these people?
Well, they were completely covered in moss. They had black beady eyes. And one of them had, well, they all had black smiles. Kind of.
So a facsimile of facial expressions, it seems.
But it was also made out of moss.
Did you see any skeletal structures? Anything to denote a body of any type? Or simply a wandering moss, much akin to a shambling mound or something of that type?
Just wandering moss.
Did you see any of these things form?
Did you say form?
Yes.
Okay.
Because, as described, they sound kind of constructed in nature.
I'm going to say yes, because I think I saw some form, but I really don't remember because I was terrified.
So they came from some sort of greater source and they were able to walk around for a time. Interesting. First things first, before things go any further, I'm going to need to do this. It will be rather unpleasant, but hopefully not as bad as the alternative. And you'll see that they get out some sort of string or something. And they go over to basically just below your shoulder. On the arm that has the moss on it. And they tie something on there uncomfortably tight.
Does it have to be that tight?
Well, you said it was spreading throughout you, correct? Or underneath your skin?
That is correct.
It has to be that tight.
Okay.
Now the problem with parasites is that we cannot simply cast a spell at them and they'll go away. Because the healing magic heals things. You understand?
Yes.
So we're going to have to figure out a different type of treatment for you. Do tell us if you begin to experience any sort of adverse side effects.
Okay. Wait. What kind of side effects?
Uncontrollable muscle spasms. Strange thoughts that seem to not be your own. Loss of feeling. Loss of feeling is going to occur because your arm is probably already numb. And yes, your arm is very numb, but it doesn't hurt.
Lovely. Love that. I'm mad at myself.
Sitting there. Why'd I touch it?
No, I forgot I can learn the spell Speak with Plants.
Ah. Shit, that would have been a very different encounter.
Could I, in theory, talk to the moss inside of me?
Sounds cool.
I want to talk to the moss inside of me.
Okay, I think that Speak with Plants is specifically questions and answers, right?
I'm going to look.
I don't remember. I have my phone. Where's
Listen,
my phone?
I have to inhabit the spirit of fucking moss. I need to know what I'm dealing with.
You can question plants about events in the spell's area within the past day. Well, that doesn't sound useful.
Well, no, think about it.
I
Because
guess this is the day.
it is the same day, and that plant moved. So theoretically, its area does include, well,
Me.
your circulatory system and its previous one.
Oh.
It's not in its current area, but it's within the day. Since it's moving, it should still be within the memory because the spell assumes that they're not moving. Much akin to asking a potted plant about something if you put it on a cart ride for an hour or a day.
Everyone's favorite thing.
In which they should just be screaming and going, I live in a tiny world!
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is real. The water gods give me water. The universe is mine!
I guess I'll ask the moss inside of me the same questions I was asking the other one.
Okay, so is there a number of questions?
It lasts for 10 minutes.
So just as many as you got. I need to figure out what the fuck this moss sounds like.
Basically, from what I'm reading of the description of Speak with Plants, it is up to you how intelligent and how often and how much they really speak to people.
Yeah, much
Eric?
akin to speak with animals, where most of the time they're just wanting food or fucking.
Mm-hmm.
Is what they do. Is what they want. Is what they do.
Do you have a name? Peon says out loud to the moss inside of him. With doctors. With doctors immediately next to him.
You just said if you're experiencing problems, please tell us. But luckily, spellcasting has things that show. That's the word.
That
Out
is
of
true.
all possible questions, you immediately
I want to know
go
if it
for
has a
the
name.
name.
The name's important. It establishes a personal relationship between me and the moss. Maybe we become friends.
Maybe. I just need to think moss.
I'm looking for a mutual beneficial parasite relationship here.
Most people should.
Hey, fuck, every time this kind of shit pops up, you just have to stab at me, don't you?
Listen, man. Good parasites are how we have mitochondria.
And the thing I had was not a good parasite.
Well, did you ask? It
Arguable.
It's the thing that were the enemy in the God Wars. So no, I
They
didn't
give you
ask
power.
questions.
And you didn't have to eat too much. There weren't many downsides.
Actually, I had to eat a shit ton or I would eat you.
I want to change my question to Are you good or evil, Parasite?
No, but I figured it out.
I mean, I'll ask both.
My name was lost when I severed contact with my collective. I am now part of this. Hello.
I love it. I love it.
Well, hello, Peon Jr.
Who are you?
Good? I am Peon Senior. And you are Peon Jr.
And he's doing all of this out loud. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you for the name. Are you good?
I am good. Are you good?
What is good?
Peon stops and thinks for a while. You know, never really thought about it before. I mean, the social concept of good and evil really is just a morally ambiguous question now, isn't it?
It sounds like something that's more of a goalpost or otherwise unobtainable perfection standard that no one can truly attain or reach.
I mean, plant speak.
No, I meant what I said, bitch. I'll find you next.
My Moss's intelligence. Island boy. Next question. Okay then. What are your goals in inhabiting my body?
I am alive.
Yes, I understand that.
So my goal is to keep being alive.
Just to not die? No other motives or goals?
I have no ability to physically exert any part of anything, but if I could not...
So you have no aspirations of your own?
I am me, but I live in you. So, your aspirations are my aspirations? Question.
Makes sense. Answer.
What is an aspiration?
Peon stops and thinks for a little bit. Never really thought about it. But from what I was told, an aspiration is something you want to do with your life to better the future or such.
Oh. Then I want there to be more of me.
More moss?
Yeah? Is that
That's a
not
good
the
aspiration.
basic desire of everything that lives, to create more of itself?
I mean, when you think of it on the simplest scale, I guess so, but
Just mechanically
For most-
speaking.
mechanically speaking. Go on.
No, that's the outlook I was looking at. Mechanically speaking, we seem designed to make more of us.
That would be true, yes, mechanically speaking. But there is so much more to life than just reproduce.
Oh?
I mean, have you ever had a taco?
What? How?
I don't know. I don't know anything about you. I'm just asking questions here.
Is it
Yes.
something... What is taco?
A taco is an edible food. It's a combination of baked flour, salt, meat, various meats, frequently used beef or chicken. I have seen
I
turkey, though, and that's wild.
have many questions. Most of which pertaining to what are those things you're talking about.
Allow me to answer your questions with a counter question. What is it that you do inside of my body that will affect me?
I absorb nutrients and grow.
That's it?
At this time. Did I try to do something else?
I mean, if you could...
stop it with speak with just to he can stop it with speak with plants from growing too far. It's part of the spell.
What?
Just yeah.
What?
If an area is extremely overgrown with plants, Speak with plants allows you to not have that be a thing.
That'll depend on the plant. Sometimes it's a really surly piece of crabgrass.
That's fine, but
But you can turn
it goes so
difficult
far as
terrain.
to say, if the spell Entangle was cast, you can use Speak with Plants to uncast it, basically.
Yeah, no, I'd probably make those plants assholes.
That's fine. I'm just saying what the spell says. That's all. It is entirely up to you.
Back to the scene, though.
Sorry.
I forgot what I was going to say.
So did I.
I think I remember. I think I remember. Is it at all possible for you to not spread throughout my entire body?
But then there'd be less of me.
Have you ever heard the phrase, more is not always better?
I have only spoken once. It is now. So yes, right then.
Make a good point there, Peon Jr.
Thank you, Peon Senior.
So what if I offer you a trade?
Huh?
I give you my hand, and you don't grow throughout the rest of me.
But there's this weird squeezy thing a little bit farther up. Can I go to there? What's your hand exactly? I don't understand anatomy. I'm a loose collection of cells at best.
Well, right now I'm looking at you through a hole in my palm, which is the center of my hand, and that is how you entered my body through there.
Okay.
A hand contains 5 extended pieces of flesh known as fingers.
Okay. Is it always 5? Can it be 12?
I'm sure there are some races that have 12, and you can be born with less or more fingers depending on what your parents did in their pregnancy period.
Oh,
But usually it is 5.
okay.
Say, but I give you my hand. You leave the rest of my body alone, and I will continue to provide you with nutrients, and you will help me in situations.
Counterclaim. All those things or counter offer. All those things you just said, except I go to the squeezy part. As I can. It's right there.
What is that squishy part, though?
Well, it's where they put the fucking tourniquet at.
Counter offer. I give you my forearm, which extends from my hand to my elbow, and you can grow on the outside of my skin too, not just the inside.
Okay. I feel like this is a thing of trust here. What is it that I can do to let you know that it'd be okay if I got a little more? Like what kind of thing do you think I might be able to do to show you that I'm actually really cool?
I believe that you are really cool, Peon Jr. I mean, you're named after me, and that's the coolest thing you could be.
Didn't even do that on my own, but thanks.
However, when you and I first met, we met because of our mutual friend Moss Boy. Or Moss Them, my apologies.
Okay, so the larger collective is now called Mastem. Mastem? Okay.
Yeah, Mostem. Sure.
Mastem.
We met because of Mostem. Mostem was very scary.
I remember
do not-
Mastem trying to be disarming, though I believe that was due to it trying to distract you from the multiple sources behind you that were going to do other stuff.
Devour you.
Yeah, see, it is that right there, the taking over other people or other entities things, that makes me not want to give you my entire arm.
Well, there was just so many of them, and they were very hungry. If I remember right, it'd been a long time since they ate anything.
If you promise that you will not infect anyone or anything else, and you will still listen to me when I ask you to do something, I will give you up to the squeezy bit.
It's a question. Can you normally speak with me? Is this a thing that you can do, like, all the time? Because I don't remember this happening with Mastum.
I mean, I am what is known as a druid, so I commune with nature. And I can do this up to 8 times without taking a rest.
Okay. So, not really, but with some effort you can?
Yes.
Well, I suppose that this is more or less your form, so I should probably do as you say, at least until you decide that I actually am really cool and can do other stuff.
Question for you, Peon Jr.
Yes, Peon Senior.
Could you, since you know more about you than I know about you, in theory, read my mind?
If I could access it, but I don't think you want me to do that.
Not at the current moment in time.
Can you make a
maybe in
small
future.
mind in your appendage?
Really has to think about that for a second.
Moss, loose collection of cells. It doesn't know how people work.
I don't think so.
Oh.
However, I have a friend who might know more, as he is just a mind and nothing more.
He doesn't even know what the hell he is.
So he may know. We'll go ask him. Okay?
I don't remember. I'm sorry. I made up Moss. Did you say that I could go to the outside or not? And how far was I allowed to go?
Well, we have yet to fully agree on terms.
You're right. I forgot what I was bargaining for.
But the current bargain is all the way to the squeezy bit and outside the yard.
Okay.
As long as you listen to me. Always.
And then we got to the part where you have to cast your thingy to listen. Okay. I understand. Locked on.
But we will work on trying to get a mind in my arm so we can communicate at all times. Or this building trust. Because trust is 90% of all relationships.
Question.
Answer.
Is the squeezy thing permanent?
Why?
Because, if it goes away, I need to know where I gotta stop at. And also, if that connects it to the larger circulatory system, I don't really know what, like, I don't know how you work enough to know if I can not do things or do things properly. I'll show you. And one of your fingers does a little movement. You see that?
I did.
Uh-huh. I'm able to do that. But I don't know for sure if you still will, because I didn't really know what to go for and what not to whenever I first got here. So, like, if they remove the squeezy thing, I don't... How does... Because I don't think that you want to sit here and just have a limp arm, and at the same time I don't think that you want me just kind of playing by ear.
Both of those are true statements, yes. I'm going to see if I can move my fingers on my own. And I try to wiggle my fingers.
Okay, you try to wiggle your fingers. Make a con check.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Oh,
18.
God.
18. Alright, you're able to exhibit like the smallest of control.
Okay, now that's not big. That's not cash money.
Hold on. Do it again.
I do it again.
Okay, this time it's much more fluid. Okay, I think I figured it out. I felt the tingle. And then I just went where the tingle was going.
So you can feel my nervous system activating as I attempt to move my body around.
If that's what all these things are, yes.
Okay. In all my life, I never thought a conversation with a moss is what I'd be having at almost 11 p.m.
Well, think again.
A scary parasitic moss that had you running out of an area.
Baffling.
Oh, welcome to D&D.
Are you able to move any further at the current moment in time?
Any further being defined? Do you mean like past the
Like-
squishy thing, or like outside,
Just-
or
Just can you move to the squishy thing?
yes?
Move to the squishy thing.
Gotcha. Doing so.
You are not allowed to go any further than there. Inside of me, understood?
What if there's like a problem and I stop feeling tingly things, or like your this gooey stuff stops flowing to me?
We shall cross that bridge when we burn it.
But if this dumpy thing stops, do I go try to start it back again, or do I just let it? But that seems self-destructive. I need to know
For
if
the
there's an
time
emergency
being-
clause. I can't ask you whenever shit hits the fan.
For the time being, we'll call it here. We'll have another conversation in the future about what is and is not an emergency where you are allowed to bypass that line.
Okay, if this dumpy thing stops and I stop getting the tingle stuff, can I do it just as a thing, or even then, no?
We will converse about it at another moment in time.
Hey,
We'll save it for another date. Let's get accustomed to each other first. Because I don't want to just give you access to my heart on the first date.
Aw.
you have access to what I believe is called a sun.
Which one?
Glowy
With a U
thing,
or an O?
glowy thing in the sky.
With a U. Yes, we have sun.
If I am on the outside, then I can provide you energy.
Fuck
So
you. Shit.
So you get energy both from sunlight and from me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And you can thus then provide me with energy as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Author. Up the squeezy bit. Outside of arm. I provide you with nutrients, you provide me with energy when I need it. If Thumpy Thing stops thumping, you have permission to restart Thumpy Thing.
I can't promise anything, but I'll try my best.
Is that a deal?
I believe you can trust me to act in my own self-interest, which at this point in time is also your self-interest, so I believe so. I think.
Okay. I grab my pointer finger on that hand and I just shake it.
You absent-mindedly grab the moss-covered hand of your other hand and goes, haha, bitch, gotcha, and then you're done. No. The betrayal. No.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh
Yum.
no.
That does not occur.
Drats. Now I have to
So
use
that's
Wither
what
and
happens when
Bloom.
I'm DMing. Oh.
Or yes, she's blight.
Oh, I use Blight.
And then he loses limbs.
All this pull of Vashnir, I'll be fine.
Put it off and hopes it regrows back.
But you kind of shake your own finger, and then I guess that's that for that.
Doctors.
They're standing in
Well-
a bit of like a bafflement.
While I greatly appreciate your willingness to help me, after some careful consideration and conversing with my peers, I have decided that I'm actually going to keep the moss.
You can see them blink. I've heard exactly half of that conversation you had. I'm going to inform the proper authorities, and they will at least observe you.
That is fine with me. I'm happy to be a semi-willing test subject.
Right. Can you disclose where it is that this came from?
Yeah, I was swimming in the water, and then I ran into a cave. It was very dark, so I couldn't see where I was going. I stumbled across a big old gate that I swam my way through. Then I found like a little kind of like city type dealio underground, under the water, that I kind of just wandered through, and then found other humanoid things covered in the moss, and I touched one, and now I have moss.
Are you any good at drawing a map?
Yes, I'm actually really good at drawing a map.
Oh, then that's all that we need.
I guess I will draw them a map.
Okay. So here's the question, because it was never firmly established. Which hand do you believe the moss is on?
I have been role-playing this entire thing, staring at my left hand.
Very well.
The left. Also, shout out to the Wanderer ability finally being useful. Thank you,
helps.
backgrounds.
It helps whenever you're going scouting places and not, on a boat.
Yeah.
We will have you watched. But you said that is fine, so...
Okay. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Do take care.
I will.
And a little bit begrudgingly, they let you go about your day.
I'm going to throw the camera to someone else because I'm very cold, so I'm going to grab a blanket.
You remove the tourniquet.
Yes. Okay, well that was 2 hours that I hadn't accounted for.
What were you expecting?
Not that.
Not that.
I was thinking you guys were going to get underway and you'd be having probably like a gift fight or something. Instead, we got moss. Still cool.
I activated Plan Chaos, and it worked.
Yeah, that's how Sandbox works.
Mm-hmm.
We're all gonna get infected.
Gonna.
No. Peon Jr. would never.
It gets on me, I'm cutting it off.
Understandable.
This is
Not the moth, the limb.
I no offense, but I have every idea that this is gonna come back to bite us in the ass.
It's Peon Jr. You can trust him.
Peon Jr. would never hurt a soul.
Yeah, but when Peon Jr. separates because you touch somebody onto somebody else, it's no longer Peon Jr. and only you can communicate with them.
He simply won't
Considered
separate.
intelligent.
You didn't make that deal.
See, you just aren't thinking about it. You need to think like Finn from Adventure Time when he has the leaf sword
I
as an
have
arm.
never seen that show.
You mean the sword that went off and
What?
became its own Finn that then became an antagonist to Finn?
Yes.
Awesome. Glad we got that established.
At some point, didn't it?
Yeah, but I think it died in a confrontation with him.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
If I still have the camera, I would like to go find Jodak.
He's probably
Yes.
in the Temple
Infect
District
the
still.
Parasite with another parasite. This is a good idea.
I have a parasite buddy. Yay.
I have to go get a mind in my arm. The mind would know.
I'm wrecking my brain here. Because whatever he comes up with, I've got to come up with. In some
Yeah, that
form or
would probably
capacity.
be in, the water temple. With the water god whose name I can't remember currently.
Yeah, you know that Jodak's
Or-
Yeah.
been seen running around here, like checking on sick people over there. So you head over there and probably without too much issue manage to find him. He does kind of stick out because, look at him.
Hey, Jodak.
What? Wait.
I'm sorry, not
Hi,
everybody's
Jodak.
wearing relic level armor.
Hey, Peon. What's up? How are you doing?
I'm good. I have a question for you.
A
that
me
you-
question.
Yeah, that you may want to answer with me in private and not with other people around.
Sounds like it's time for a second conversation. So, in your head, did you forget I can just, this?
Hey, Jodak,
Yes.
your thing that lets you know that there are creatures nearby, what are the
I was going
prerequisites?
to ask you about that. It just
The
has to
thing
have
is,
intelligence over
intelligence of-
3.
Yeah.
It does also say creature, so I don't know if this counts as a creature.
For the purposes, I will say yes.
If it has an intelligence over 3, it counts automatically. As a
I
creature.
will say yes.
I
I don't know why, but I feel like this moss is more serious than I initially imagined it to be.
Ah,
There's another creature in the room.
Peon,
That is my name.
are you okay?
I am feeling fine, yes.
Is there anything visibly wrong with his left hand?
Well, he's letting it come to the surface, so there are splotches of green coming through the rocky stuff. It still has that, rocky texture to it, like in some places, but it looks kind of like, moss on a rock. Except, coming through the rock. So it's a bit of like a Cuisinart, or Play-Doh-ish, weird little texture to it.
Oh god.
Right, so,
Kind of like a chia pet.
what is that?
What?
Like, what is that?
You don't know what a chia pet is?
No, I'm talking to you, Peon.
Okay.
I'm pointing at your arm. I know what a geopet
Both
is.
Eric
Okay.
and Caleb went, "Are you fucking shitting me?"
This is Peon Jr.
I have never heard Eric be so pissed. Holy shit.
There comes a time when I just... How many shots can I take that he just doesn't know?
I know there's a lot. Like, that's
Gia.
yeah.
This is Peon Jr.
He's got a kid. Don't worry about it. It's fine, guys.
I've been
I was gonna say
busy.
the same thing. I don't know much about goblins.
I'm assuming you're talking out loud and
pretty
not having a
sure-
psychic conversation. I don't know. Please confirm.
I thought he said we were having
It's
a
a
second
second
conversation.
conversation.
I did say we're having a second conversation.
Okay, so you did not. You and the other thing understood.
No. I don't know much about goblins, which I'm assuming you are. But I'm pretty sure you don't give birth out of your arms.
But they do reproduce through spores.
You
Not
would be
necessarily.
correct. I am not giving birth.
And what is that?
Peon Jr. is a parasitic moss that I ran into while I was adventuring in the ocean.
I feel there's a lot to unpack there, and I don't know what to say first. Do I have any reason, based on his thoughts, do I have any reason to believe that he's impaired in any sort of way?
Do I make sarcastic comment? Nah. It seems normal peon. Take that for what it's worth.
So, maybe. Got it.
I mean, that is an accurate statement. I have come here to you
One second.
because
1 second. I'm gonna send a message, not message, try to connect to whatever this thing is. And go, what are you?
Afraid.
I agree.
Perfect. That was fucking perfect.
Right? That's one answer.
Afraid.
You should be.
Now I am more afraid.
Now, I mean, what type of being are you?
I am Peon Jr.
Oh god,
I don't
this
want your
again.
name. I don't want your name.
See, the
What's
Drew
your
Rivers
name?
has more than 3 intelligence. He has 4. Oh my god.
Hello? Mysterious
Give me a
voice?
minute.
Okay. What is a minute?
This is the greatest decision I have ever made in my life.
It's
You forced me
good
to
of a
inhabit
decision.
moss.
need to
I
go
am now
grabbing it
moss.
apart. This is great.
Minute is a period of time that lasts.
Bitch, you're
minute.
telepathic. You can do this forever.
I know. So, 1 minute. I don't know. What is... So you're telling me to Peon, I'm saying to Peon,
Am I part of this conversation too?
no.
Okay, I'll
No
shut
way.
up. Oh, sorry.
Wow, rude.
Don't talk to my son like that.
You heard none of that.
My heart hears it though.
Your arm feels sad.
You're telling me you went swimming and contracted a parasite and you're just walking around like nothing's wrong?
Legally, I believe I'm
no.
a fungi.
Okay, I went to doctors. They looked at it. They tried to take a sample. It withered as soon as it disconnected from me. I then remembered I can talk the plants because, you know, plant boy, spoke with it, and we now have a mutual understanding and respect for each other. We have set boundaries, okay?
Okay, but I can't talk to plants. But I can talk to that. Which means that is not a plant.
Well, it's inside my arm, so technically it's half me, half plant, in theory.
Okay. Not the weirdest thing I've seen. Okay.
I would hope it's not. You are literally a walking brain.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm accepting this. That's fine. Okay.
Speaking of you being a walking brain, that's actually why I came to talk to you specifically. I was wondering if you had any idea if it was possible and or how to put a miniature mind inside my arm so I can communicate with the moss at all times.
Fucking got it out with a straight face, you godly bastard. You.
I was straight face until you fucking laughed, James.
I'm sorry.
I am Moss.
You are moss. Okay. I got it. You're
I am a
moss.
giggly bitch. I can't help it. I'm
And that was
sorry.
Arik over the table.
Putting my theater degree to good use here.
I am Moss.
You want to put a brain in your arm so you can toss to this peon junior. I say with heavy quotes. Whenever you wish to. Is that it?
That is correct. Because at the current moment, I can only talk to my son when using a spell. And it's really inconvenient, especially if I need to communicate in the middle of combat or any other like time-sensitive moment.
I'm going to ignore how weird this situation is for a minute and just you can turn into animals, right?
I can indeed turn into animals.
Can you just like steal the traits of an animal? Adopt them into your main form or something?
No. At least I haven't tried.
I suppose that would be one way to do what you're asking. Maybe.
I mean, normally when I
The
turn into an
tentacles of
animal, though,
octopus has its own brain, and they're really annoying to be around or try to talk to. So I assumed if you took that trait, you could have a brain in your arm. But then it would literally have a mind of its own and would do its own thing. Probably.
Maybe.
well, technically, it can do its own thing now.
I'm aware. I'm aware. I'm stopping there.
You know, we have an agreement. So it getting its own mind isn't really a problem. It's more of we want it to have a mind that's connected to me so that we can speak through that mind. I think this is the weirdest conversation I've ever had.
I told you I was
Not even
tired.
top 10.
We went freelancing.
This is not even top 10.
Can you talk to it now?
If I use a spell slot, yes.
Without your spell, can you talk to it right now?
No.
Hey Arik,
Hello.
you know my little soul knife thing ability that lets me connect two minds together so they can have a psychic link
No, but
for
okay.
a period of time? That I use all the time to let people talk when they're within a mile of each other.
Okay.
Can I target this moss thing as a creature?
I don't see why not.
Is that spell thing? I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna connect just Peon and the moss for. Let me get this number real quick.
1D whatever hours.
8 hours.
Yes!
Peon Jr., are you there?
The silence has ended. Where did the other voice go? They did not tell me their name.
Jodag, you didn't introduce yourself to Peon Jr.
This is kind of weird for me, okay?
Says the brain with legs. Introduce yourself.
Hi. I guess. I am Jodak. Jormund something. Call me Jodak.
Hello, Jodak.
It's-
I'm Peon Jr.
Eon named you Tion Jr., didn't he?
That's Peon Sr.
I'm gonna call him Peon.
Oh. Is there multiple?
I don't know.
Oh. Should I meet this peon?
You're in Peon.
I thought I was in Peon Senior.
You
You're
could
a
explain
junior.
the dichotomy of
That makes him
children.
a senior. Because you are him. I don't understand how juniors and seniors work.
Okay, so you are confused. That means it is okay.
It's like you can call me by either Jodak or Jomund. I'm gonna call him Peon Senior or
Jormund.
Peon. Jormund. Yes, thank you. I tried to visualize the word and
Stop
messed it
doing
up.
that.
Well, Peon Senior gave me my name. Why do you have two?
I'm special.
Oh,
I killed a bitch.
okay.
Can I hear this conversation?
I don't know.
Listen. Yes, I guess.
Well, if you linked their minds
I
together,
linked
and
their
you're
minds
speaking to
together.
the one thing's mind.
I'm the hub, which means I have to be next to both.
Technically, yeah. Yeah, you can hear this part of the conversation.
I'm just curious, that is all.
One of you could explain the dichotomy of a father-son relationship, but it's okay. It'll figure it out, I guess.
My dad was an orc.
Honestly,
I don't
thank
know
you.
what that is.
Wait, what?
My parents are orcs.
Hmm.
That's a question to be had at a later date. Have you-
My backstory has not been expanded at all.
No, it hasn't. Have you talked to Vashnir?
I have not yet talked to Vashnir. I talked to you about getting brain so I could talk to him first. Then I'm gonna go talk to Vashnir.
Okay, you can talk to him now. We should probably go talk to Vashnir and make sure you're doing okay. You're okay, right?
Yeah, I feel fine. Do you need anything while I'm here?
I'm going with you,
Jodak,
Okay.
Jodak. Yes.
are you a friend?
Peon just stares at Jodak.
I am. That's a weird question to have suddenly.
Jodak, can you please remove the question mark from that statement? I feel like we shouldn't be questioning if we're friends at this point. It's been like, what, 3 weeks? Come on.
I wasn't questioning whether you were my friend or not.
That I am definitely ended in a question mark.
I wasn't to you, though. That was to Theon Jr., who I don't understand yet.
I am
Well,
meeting
I
new
just met.
people, and I didn't expect to do that. And if they're not me, then that means that they are either additional biomass, which seems to be out of the question, or a friend or ally, from what I understand.
And yes, I am friend.
Oh,
Do not try to eat me.
He would never. He's a well-behaved child. Now let's go talk to Vashnir.
I unnecessarily sinister music. Let's just skip past you.
I think the moss is older than you.
Hey, Peon.
Hello.
I think you might have a problem soon.
Why? Did something happen with your mother?
No, she's fine. She's fine. I meant with you and Peon Jr.
What
You
age
believe
are
that we
there
are
to be
going
had?
to have disagreements.
Yeah, a pretty major one, I would say.
My son
Yeah.
is harmless.
Fine.
Peon,
Yes.
what is he? It? They? What are they?
My son is a parasitic moss.
I believe
Okay.
I am technically a fungi.
Moss, plant, living creature type thing. And it's attached itself to you.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember our unique trait? Us being the soul stones? What element are you?
I believe I am fire, but as I have still yet to use mine, don't really know.
It's certainly
You
red.
said it was hot. I'm assuming you're fire or something.
Orangish.
I don't think plants like fire. If you're earth, that would be fine.
Actually, a lot of fungi are fire resistant.
Get fucked, nerd.
Moss isn't. Moss is very flammable.
But what if it was
Very
moss that
flammable.
absorbed the genetic code of somebody who's naturally fire resistant?
Then that's questionable. Hence the reason for asking a question.
I'm 2 times fire resistant.
I mean, you're fire immune in your normal state? Or just double resistant in your normal state?
I'm double
Double
resistant.
Immunity cannot be gained easily.
I want to deal
Trust
1
me.
damage with my Molotovs.
Yeah, instead you do 0.25.
No, it only goes
Which
to
rounds
1.
down to 0.
Oh, I thought we never rounded up, Eric.
We don't, but there's a floor.
You said you always round down. And 0.25.
We do, but there's a
2.5,
floor.
Which rounds down to 0.
But the floor isn't 0.
No.
Yeah,
the
you can go
floor-
to negative numbers, can't you?
No,
No.
the floor is 1. The only time the floor is 0 is when you hit HP.
Why are you legalizing me? I thought we were gonna give Medina something to do after 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we are. But we're apparently fucking off with this conversation.
This was just an I thought I had while we were walking off to go find Vashnir wherever he is. I can't add him to the 8-hour thing because,
I do apologize, Medina, but as I've stated before, I am entirely out of control of where the sessions go.
Yeah. I don't know if Medina is still awake. Hello? Because he sounded tired earlier.
Yeah.
And with work and baby and other things he may have to deal with, I would not put it past him if he passed out.
He may just be muted or caught him
No,
at a
he's
bad
not
time.
muted.
Well, he may be muted on his personal device.
Oh, yeah, fair. Discord-wise, he's not muted.
Medina?
May
You
have
there?
broken?
just vamp for a bit.
I'm just gonna kinda
It is a new day. I don't know if you did that or not for me or whatever.
What? Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
See whether or not you get taken by the sea people. As you are getting up and making your daily routine, you could swear you see a fish head. It's like a weird humanoid, almost like eyes on the side, way too big fish head just ducking underneath the water.
Nope, time to get on the wyvern and leave. Bye.
Seems wise.
I've overstayed my welcome on this tiny island. I am leaving. No.
So around about the time when you guys are going to find Vashnir, Tadori shows up. They're a suitable replacement, right?
No.
Hello.
Hi. I hear your arm more green than it usually is.
I have a child.
How?
Moss man.
Peon Senior, question.
Yes, son?
I can hear your voice, but I do not know if they can hear mine.
I can.
You're mean to me.
Jodak can. The rude one can, yes.
I'm not rude. I'm confused. Okay? This is a weird situation.
A weird situation for the brain with legs.
Okay?
I feel like you've seen
one
so much
person
worse.
in one body.
You're two
Technically,
people.
You are two people
in
in one body.
Technically, we are the same now. So we're part of the two people in one body.
Actually, technically, he's
No,
three.
I'm
But we're not
two
gonna go
people.
there.
Nope. Ignore that third one. Third one doesn't exist. Nope.
But I feel like
I'm
it does.
two people in one mind, in one body. You are two people in two minds in one body.
Wait, can I hear this?
Yes.
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 Okay.
I can't. I'm the only one who can't.
However, though, Peon Jr., not a person, Moss.
Yes.
I
So
can
does
talk
this
to
mean that
them?
they have a Jodak Jr.?
No.
Or is it a senior?
They do not have a Jodak.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die. Oh, my heart. Oh.
Anyway, I don't think Brain Boy can hear, or Brain Boy can hear you. New friend, I don't think he can, though.
Okay, and I can't really hear him, so I'm going to not make any comments about anything he says.
You're welcome to make comments to me. As your father, we can talk.
I don't have ears.
I want to start transmitting words to Dory. Try to mimic voices as best as possible. Hey,
What?
I have two forms of telekinetic.
Okay, so I guess you're going to relay things.
Oh, I'm acting like a hub and kind of relaying things and making my own voices
You are.
that try to mimic their voices.
Go ahead, give me your best me.
I'm not doing that.
Why not?
That's just a thematic thing.
I gotcha.
So it's
I
not
also cannot
just
mimic
direct.
voices. I sound like this. That's it. This is the extent of my range. No matter what I do.
But the
And I lost my
context.
left earbud. Man.
My toes are cold.
So hey, Tadori, meet Peon Jr. Peon Jr., that's Tadori.
Hello,
You get along.
I am Peon Jr.
Hi, Junior.
If it wasn't clear, he's the green moss.
Yeah, no,
on his
I
arm.
got that.
Yeah, just gotta make sure.
I'm smart enough to realize. That's not gonna eat you, right?
No, we have agreement.
Then that's perfectly fine with me. I guess. Not like I have a choice in that matter. Anyway, I overstayed my welcome on the island. But got something out of it. So it's fine.
That's it? You're
What?
just gonna move past this that quickly.
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Just, hey. Okay.
For a brain with legs, you are really hung up on the fact that I have moss.
I have something better for you
You
than
spent
the
several
brain with legs.
days
They
after you
literally
found
had
out that I was playing with legs.
I'm gonna do you one better, Peon. They literally had a friend that had an overactive parasite that wasn't controlled at all. That if they fucked up, it would eat them.
And I couldn't connect to them. I didn't know they existed. I wouldn't have known unless they told me.
They did.
And they did. But I couldn't connect to
It
them.
was largely in static and screaming, though.
This one I can. This
This one's a separate creature that is living off the back of that one, so it makes sense.
So how was your beach vacation?
It was fine up until this morning.
What happened this morning?
Fish people.
Oh, understandable.
Yeah, I decided to get out of that place, and he just starts scratching the under. Like, I'm guessing by now he would have found the favorite spot of the wyvern and just starts scratching that area.
You scratch your flying death beast.
Absolutely, because there are places it can't scratch. There are places under them scales that would get real fucking itchy, 100%.
Now, I wasn't saying no, it's not a thing you can do. I'm just pointing out.
Absolutely, I'm scratching my flying death beast. I would scratch my flying monstrosity if I had one.
Arguably, it is.
I'm talking about like a Cthulhu level monstrosity. Don't even.
Not quite that level, this is fair.
I'm talking, I would scratch that motherfucker if I had one, so don't even start with me. I would definitely scratch the underside of like the chin of a bobbit worm. You think I wouldn't?
The chin of a bobbit worm.
Step 1, define
shouldn't.
chin. Step 2.
Well,
touch.
it has eyes on the top, so the bottom of its mouth must be its chin.
Or its neck.
Forbidden scritchies.
Same thing. Anyway. But yeah, no, I decided I overstayed my welcome on the island, and I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish on the island, so it's fine.
Well, that is good.
Yeah, some alone time away from the craziness was good. Though I fucking hate pancakes. Ugh.
Why? What's wrong with pancakes?
What is a pancake?
I wish I could hear that part.
1 second,
Wait.
Tadori.
Can I hear that part?
I'm just projecting the image of a pancake.
But did you relay the fact that it said pancake?
No.
Bitch. Because I was about to fix that problem. I can fix that problem.
1 second, Tadori.
Damn it.
Peon Jr., a pancake is a mass of flour, butter, sugar, sometimes vanilla, and other materials that are baked into a pan to make a cake-like food that one eats usually in the morning after waking up.
This flour.
You said a lot of proper nouns in that sentence.
Sugar.
I do not know what any of those are.
You'll learn, don't you worry.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
My son asked what a pancake was.
Cool, it's a new day. I'm gonna cast create food and water. Hopefully just the create food side, and there's just gonna be a whole shit ton of pancakes on the floor. Feed him one of those. It's gonna taste. No, actually, I'm gonna make it taste like pancakes with prestidigitation.
I turn my hand towards the pancakes. These are pancakes.
I do not
Pancakes
have
with-
eyes.
Pancakes with syrup, specifically.
You make a good point, son. You don't have eyes. You can't see what I just pointed at.
Jodax did project the image of a pancake earlier.
I do not understand these images being projected into my brain. For I do not have eyes, and much akin to someone who has never heard anything, cannot comprehend sounds.
Give it food.
I don't know how it eats. I don't think I can just feed it a
How did it
pancake.
attach to you?
I touched a person covered in it.
Touch the pancakes.
Okay. I put my hand in the pancakes.
To its knowledge, it is not supposed to absorb things. Beyond Senior?
Yes, son?
I think we're touching something. Am I supposed to do something? I'm confused.
So what you're touching is known as a pancake.
Okay.
It's a large mound of pancakes.
Yes, a lot of pancakes. I want to see if you are able to absorb them through my hand.
You want me to absorb things other than just sunlight?
In this singular instance, I'm giving you permission to absorb the pancakes.
Okay, singular instance. So should I make the best of this singular instance or act with restraint? I need to know.
If you absorb anything that's not a pancake, I'm cutting my arm off.
I do not know what a pancake is.
It is what you are
hold up a
touching.
singular pancake, and then let him explain. Then let him figure out what a pancake is, and then mound of pancakes.
I take my hand out of the pancake stack. I take the top one and put it on top of my hand. That is a pancake. Eat it.
And you are saying just the pancake. Only the pancake, nothing else.
Just the pancake.
Okay. Okay.
You can do it.
Part
believe
1
you,
of being Moss. Constantly be so scared you're about to cry.
Oh no!
Part 2,
My son
figure
has
it out,
anxiety.
idiot. Okay.
My son has anxiety. It's okay.
Oh, poor guy.
It's going to do its best. You're gonna see like bits and pieces of the pancake kind of start to necrotize. And then you're gonna see a bug just fly away.
Fucking bug?
Well, yeah, you're outside. You've made food.
I made a shit ton of food outside, and the bugs are swarming.
And you just told him that if he absorbs anything else, then he's going to be chopped off.
That I did.
So he's very, very scared.
So he's being very, very careful. He's being a good little boy.
It's more of Caleb did not register the fact we are outdoors.
Fair. But he did absorb the bug, and he absorbed the pancake, so he's doing good.
Yeah, he is doing his job and staying to our terms of service.
So did it recognize that it's a pancake?
I believe so. As it has eaten some pancake.
Well, ask. I can't talk to it.
Son, do you know what pancake is now?
It seems to be some sort of largely plant-based concoction with a hint of magic, which is weird. I felt other biologicals on said thing. Did I miss them, or am I in very big trouble?
You missed them. You're good.
Okay.
You doing good job.
Sweats and moss.
Do you want more?
Well, let him finish his first pancake.
They're still too terrified.
You can eat the entire pancake. You can finish.
But what about the other things that are on it that are kind of in the way?
They're just bugs. Let him eat the bugs.
You can eat the bugs. It's fine.
Okay, you go for it. Now the equivalent of like an actual necrotic touch attack happens, and that pancake is going.
Oh.
Now that I like to look at.
Worrying.
That's fine. It's no more than what we can do.
Are you still hungry, son?
I'm constantly regenerating.
I'm going to take that as a yes and give you this giant mound of pancakes. Now, do you know what pancakes are?
Actually, there's too much biomass, I'd have to expand, and I don't know I can't go anywhere. What do you,
So you can't eat anymore.
well,
He can.
I can, but I shouldn't, because I don't know what to do with the stuff.
Oh.
Plants are constantly growing, so it will be growing, and you told it not to grow.
I can explain it in my brain if I know what the fuck they're saying.
I'll relay it to you if that's what you want.
This moss is going to be exactly smart enough to be infuriating and stay alive. I have made the decision.
He's not infuriating. I love his little ass. Anyway, from what I understand, you've limited him to only growing in a specific area, correct?
Yes.
To eat all of this, he would need to continuously grow.
Gotcha.
So that would mean he would need to grow past your limit, so he cannot eat all of this.
Son, could you, in theory, instead of growing further inside of me, grow further out of my body?
No!
I could make buds,
Little
but
mini-me.
then they might blow away, and I can't really control where they go.
Understandable. Let's not do that.
It's not a good idea.
Yeah, no, it's not a good idea. Let's not do that.
Okay.
In fact, there's passed out drunk somewhere.
Feel
I
sorry for
will-
Medina. This is like session 3, where he's basically just had to sit.
Oh, I will take the rest of the pancakes with my other hand and put them into my bag of holding.
Okay.
They're gonna last all of like 24 hours.
That's 24
I-
hours.
I have so much food in this bag somewhere,
Well,
It's
those
fine.
ones are gonna disappear. So,
and then I'll have more space for food. I lost my voice for a second.
Happens to
Crazy.
me all the time.
That's why I could never do voices on stage.
how much food did I create? I created 45 pounds of food.
That's a lot of food.
Just a
And
45
30
pound.
gallons of water that's just over there pouring out somewhere. I don't care.
Peon Jr.
Hello.
I have a few questions I wish to ask you.
Okay.
Question 1.
Wrong. I was
What is it that you can do outside of growing and absorbing energy?
That's all that I'm aware of, but those are, I'd like to think, 2 very, adaptable abilities. Energy distribution?
He's so worried about not being useful, therefore being chopped off. Oh my god.
So, in theory, let us theorize. Fucking English is a hard language.
Hardest in the
Yes.
Word that means think about possible outcomes.
Let us conjecture.
Theorize?
Yeah, sure. Between you and me, my son, and our good friend Tadori and
Jodak.
Brain Boy. I'm
Everyone
talking.
name but me.
I'm talking out loud here.
Oh, okay.
In theory, if I touched a living creature and then asked you / told you to absorb energy, would you be able to absorb the energy from that living creature until it has none left?
I wouldn't know where to put it, but probably.
Okay. Flips through notebook.
Okay.
Monstrous nature. Check.
So it can grow exponentially and consume any amount of biomass. Do you want an actual sun? Because I got an idea.
Oh? Go on.
I don't know if I don't know if it'll work though. But you may be able to not consume a creature, but take over a creature and it keep its mental faculty.
James discards Kieran. Later on in the campaign. Oh hey, I'm Moss Kieran.
Hey!
Rubs hands together.
I was good as the other one. I'm flipping the script, motherfucker.
Let's use these abilities I already had that somebody else can replicate.
Fuck off.
So, what you're saying is, in theory, I could take over somebody else's body while they maintain their own mental stability.
No.
No?
I'm saying you could let your little guy there eat them and become them and they die. But you have him. And
So
he
like
keeps
Brain Boy.
his mental faculties. Brain Boy is brain melding, not killing completely, from what I understand.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, I really thought that pick on Jodak /
I thought
Thaddeus
this month
month was over.
You were mistaken.
You made one too many snide comments about apparently the favorite NPC in the party.
I feel like breaking this connection right now.
Oh.
That's fine. Peon will still fucking tell me what's going on.
I
And
can still speak to my son.
He can speak with animals.
You
Or
can
plants,
waste your spell slots.
He has a lot of those.
No, my 8 spell slots.
80 minutes.
Darn.
80 minutes versus 8 hours. Times 8.
I don't think it's going to
That's
take us
64
80
hours.
minutes to figure out what the fuck we need to
That's why I
figure
thought
out.
that speak with plants was an hour.
No, I think it's 10 minutes.
It's 10 minutes.
Okay. Never mind, then I'm not a druid.
It's
I stab
concentration.
things and run away.
Whatever will I do if I run out, though? Probably just take a nap, though.
Yeah, duration. Oh my god.
What?
It's duration, not concentration. Oh my
Correct.
god.
Wow. Never thought that that particular spell would see active combat use.
That's fucking.
Hello.
Weird.
Anyway, so what I'm proposing is you find someone you really don't like. If you want to go humanoid, I wouldn't suggest going humanoid as your first test, but you find someone you really don't like and let your little buddy there consume them and become them, for lack of a better term.
Okay. Issue. I like everyone.
Fair. Hmm.
So for me to pick someone to essentially kill for a science experiment is both hard and, to me, morally wrong.
What if they were a deranged murderer?
You're holding up a mirror? What?
That drastically changes things.
Because I'm sure we could find plenty of those.
I also think we could.
In fact, I think we're going to a place where there are plenty of those, but don't eat those. I wouldn't recommend that. Because from what I understand, they're bug-eyed crazy and a whole slew of other problems. Don't think your little buddy would settle too well with eating the biomass of their brain.
I don't think I want to corrupt or take over anyone with my son.
Fair.
I think I like him just being in my arm.
The only issue there is there will be a time where he has to grow.
I understand that.
Fair.
And at that point, I can find something for him to grow onto outside of me.
Well, that's what I was merely saying. Instead of him being strictly in you, he could... The part that is in you could be the hub, and all the little parts that you have, for lack of a better term, infected be extensions of him to do his, and i.e. by extension your, bidding.
Like a hive mind type of thing.
Yeah, Jodak would know a lot about those.
So would Peon Jr.
Apparently.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And yes, Arik, this was a plan with Kieran if I went bad mode. Since you want to be stabby, you bitch.
Just saying, you missed out on the meat mix.
I know!
For Peon Jr.
Hello.
Since you are able to absorb energy, could you, in theory, also fire energy?
I can grow.
Since you... My theory is that since you're connected to me, you would be connected to my ability to cast magic in some shape or way.
Oh, God.
So, would you be able to use the energy you accrue into casting a magical spell?
I don't think I have the proper know-how. I
can teach you.
The problem is some of these things have vocal components and I lack a mouth.
That is true. But not all spells require a vocal component. So what if we just find you a good old spell that doesn't require a vocal component?
Okay, so what you're doing here is you're effectively trying to give something a level of druid. Which is weird.
He's doing the best druid thing I have ever heard, and giving plants the ability to be their own druid.
I gotcha. It's just...
Oh my god.
It's more of like some form of custom ranged attack just for it, or like a singular spell that it can do, like a recharge attack.
What it's saying though is if you channel energy into it, it can grow. So it can do the Groot style fucking stab from across the room if you power it up appropriately. But firing anything ranged is out of its purview.
But things with reach are very much in its purview.
It just has to maintain physical connection.
You have a vine whip.
Is what it's trying to relay.
So I have Thorn Whip, but physical.
More or less.
Gotcha. So I can use it to make shapes and objects.
Yes.
If you let me grow outside of your current body, I guess outward more, then yeah, other than just the buds.
I want to extend my hand forward, away from everyone. Peon Jr.
Hello.
Shape of shield.
What's a
I want
shield?
to will him. That's
Did you say out loud?
Yeah.
It's got you for everything that is not a proper noun.
Well, that's... didn't work.
A shield is a device used to block attacks that are meant to harm someone.
Ask it if it can eat inorganic material.
Okay, so a small barrier?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. I got some extra from the thing I ate earlier, so here we go. And then it does so. Just a bunch of moss just kind of coalesces out and just kind of... shield.
Sit. Now, come back. Ungrow.
It takes it a second, but then it kind of figures it out and just... and...
Oh, that's fucking cool.
This is what I wanted. This is what I was hoping would occur.
Now, yeah, it is worth noting that whenever it made the shield thing, you felt a little bit lethargic on your left side. It's like, ugh.
Okay, makes sense. To control my
But
left
did
side.
he mechanically get the AC bonus of a shield?
It's made of moss or algae or fungus. It's like a 1. It's not gonna do much. Not until this thing actually gets some combat stuff, because it's
But
soft.
you're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying it's a soft thing that until it learns how to be sharp and pointy and mean is really just good at grabbing onto things and neutralizing like nutrients. But given training, who knows?
Question for God here.
Hello.
I already have a shield.
Yes.
Could I have the moss grow on top of that shield?
If you so desire. I don't
Okay.
see why not. Sounds neat.
Why are you doing this with your voice, Eric?
If you said, hey,
You
God,
call him God.
and if I'm gonna peer from behind the clouds, I gotta put on the...
He's got to put on the fucking wizard costume, okay?
Fair enough.
I gotta wear my hat, gotta grow out my beard.
Or at least
Fair
project his fucking
enough.
face into a goddamn screen.
I have a question as well.
Hello.
So, Peon has a ring that lets him cast a spell.
I do.
Does that require a verbal component?
Yes.
It is not him casting it, but the ring.
Pretty
No,
sure
it's
that
him.
the ring is a use item to release the spell, because you can have spells in there that you can't cast. And it's basically the other person casting it still, so it's not a...
It's the same thing as a spell scroll. You have to activate the spell because you, as a person, can cast a 9th level spell from a spell scroll.
Well, scrolls have a chance of failing. Things stored in like a spell storing ring don't.
No, I understand. That's why I said it's basically like a spell scroll.
Still brings the same question.
It is still him casting the spell.
That's not the question.
Is it a
Doesn't
use
require
item or is it a
component.
spellcasting thing? I think it's a
Yeah.
use item, which I'd say allows it.
Which,
It
in other
doesn't
words,
require
this thing, as its own
components.
creature, has its own attunement slots, and hence could attune to such a ring and cast such spells.
I think that particular
not?
one's better off on Peon. It gives him extra slots.
Mhm.
Just a thought.
I like having 6 attunement slots,
Yeah.
especially when I'm using 5 of them.
Jesus fucking
You've got
Christ.
so many things, and so a lot of them are actually really good.
I have many things.
Just a thing you should look for.
I'm just here. I'm watching what you guys are doing.
I will feed my son another pancake.
The
It
shield it made
necrotizes a
there
pancake.
before you had it grow over top of the other shield that you have there looked kind of flimsy and weak.
I would agree.
I take this as a
So-
personal offense,
He can't hear me.
but
I
they
just
said
have
no.
feelings.
Translate it over.
He needs seemingly experience. I'd be more than happy to provide, but
The mental image of that fish thing floats in front of your mind.
what I can do may be a bit more than it can handle. Right off the bat. Now, if we get some basic bitch swords, maybe. But with what I'm currently wielding, it's not gonna work. I don't imagine.
This sounds partially like you want to help, and partially like you just want to hit me.
When did I ever give off the impression I wanted to hit
Probably
you?
both.
The only one in the party I want to hit is Jodak.
I have done nothing to you.
Point stance.
I just get that vibe of you want to hit like everyone at least once,
No,
except for
I haven't hit
Vashnir.
Vashnir yet.
That's why I
No,
said
if anything,
except for
I'd want to
Vashnir.
hit, I'd want to hit Vashnir.
That's fair.
Like, I'd want to hit Vashnir just to see if he could take it. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
But, no, I don't want to just hit you. If we're going to do this, we need to do it right and give your little guy some combat experience. That way he is deadly on the battlefield instead of a detriment.
I have some daggers that aren't very strong. If you would like to take those and wail at my son.
Well, I was more thinking we would spar together, and you would use him, just not for his eat me ability.
That is also a valid choice, I guess.
If you're down for it, I'm good to go.
I see no reason.
We also
not
need to activate your stone.
That we do.
So I think I have just... No, actually, I don't, because I think you're fire, and they're water, and fire typically doesn't do well with water, so never mind.
I also think experimenting with both my son and my stone at the same time are not great ideas.
I
should do
think
them
your
one at a
stun will
time.
be fine. Because you're
I
going to be
also
using
think-
it from the other hand.
That is true.
Brother, I am on fire.
Father, I feel warmth.
Father, why does this warmth bite at me? Because I've heard a lot of that. I don't know why, but I've heard fire be talked about like it was biting people.
Intriguing.
Yeah, like when people like are burning or have been like caught in fire, they say it feels like it's biting them, and I'm like, okay. I've never been burnt strictly by fire. I've been burnt by other things that were set ablaze and were extremely hot, so I wouldn't know. Skulls for the Skull Throne.
Does Jodak wish to join in on this sparring session we are having? Get a little more used to this new body you have?
I mean, I don't really need to get used to it. I kind of already was. So, y'all have fun with that.
The weird ass fish thing once again floats in your mind.
We're not getting into combat experience with the weird fish people. I'm gonna leave the weird fish
weird
people to
fish
worship.
thing is that?
I'm gonna leave fucking the weird fish people to worship Cthulhu, and I'm not gonna bother with it.
Actively training on each other doesn't really work. But on enemies that you can kill, it would.
Why?
Because that's how they work.
Intent is important.
And I intend to beat the shit out of Pia.
Well, you don't intend to kill him.
I can bring him back.
I would not put that past him.
I can bring him back.
Okay, Peon doesn't intend to kill you.
Now that is a true statement.
So we'll at least get the little guy used to combat, because training with someone who has no combat experience will give them combat experience. To a degree. So I want the little guy to at least have some knowledge of combat before we go fuck around with the big fish people.
I'm a level with you. These idiots are minion level. They are real dumb. They are real easy to kill.
Fine. After, what, like an hour? I'm gonna go, alright, I don't think this is working.
Now, so the moss doesn't really know what to do because it's like, well, I can't go absorb him. I can't put myself over there. I'm just gonna sit here and get hurt. This sucks.
This isn't working. I feel like I'm only just hurting this little guy. And that is not the intent I wish to give to him.
Peon Jr. My
Yes.
son, I have a very important question that I have neglected to ask until this very moment.
Is it whether or not I can feel pain?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I sincerely apologize for all the pain you just went through.
It is slow but excruciating.
Maybe we use you as an offensive tool only.
Ah.
Well, I wonder how this works. I'm gonna cast the thing that is the spirit. Is a healing spirit. That's the thing that lasts for like a few minutes and then just heals over time.
If you're talking about the second
Right.
level ranger spell, then yes.
It like hovers in the air. Yeah.
Good spell.
Stand under that and see how it makes him feel. I'm gonna allow both of them to get healing from that if they need it.
We're trying to quantify the basically stamina regenerating powers, and it's not really. No damage was really done. It's meh.
If it doesn't seem like it needs it, then I'll just turn it off.
Probably for the best.
Are you all done playing?
Okay. So since this isn't working,
Hold on. I think I hear something from Medina.
it also seems like Anita did fall asleep.
I mean, that's fine. You guys are having a scene.
Yeah.
Most of a movie at this point in time legally, but still.
It's been 3 hours now, so it is an epic.
The filler arc is still going. It's okay.
Hey, things are happening. You've acquired a thing.
Hey, this has now not become filler arc and it's become canon, 100%. This has dropped from filler and now become canon.
Dunks your arm in salt for an hour now. Everything dies. Oh no, it's gone.
You can swim in the ocean with the salt water.
And there wasn't any
Anyway.
down there, was there? It was in a cave.
It was in a cave, and
With
while
a
you were
door.
fish, it was in the film.
You're fine, Medina. It happens.
I do
But the
apologize
warning.
that this is session like number 3, where you've kind of just got to sit there. But people are talking, and they seem to be enjoying themselves, and I don't know what to do. I'm sorry.
If we can we give the camera to Medina?
I don't know if he has anything. I think his thing is just continue on with the main quest.
Medina typed it's alright.
Okay.
We will for sure do it next time, depending on... I can't make these guys do anything.
I mean, you can.
We could.
Yeah,
So
but
sparring.
that's
so-
fucked up.
So sparring isn't working on
It's
enhancing.
working, and I have a plan.
We are in a military base. The base could
No.
suddenly get raided. And
That'd be a large scale.
Then force combat.
So you have plan.
I have a
However,
plan.
before you state that plan, may I insert counter plan?
Uh-huh.
We know we are going off somewhere next where there are going to be enemies.
Uh-huh.
I mostly stay in the back anyway,
Uh-huh.
so it would be relatively safe for me to both train my son and help in the main combat at the same time. While we go
don't
do
think
that.
The things we are about to fight are going to give you the option of staying in the back anymore.
That is okay, because we know one thing about my son, and that is he can absorb biomass and energy from other beings. So if anything,
Yes.
he's far more useful when I am forced out of being in the back.
Yes.
Passively, since you've been exerting like a lot of physical effort in the middle of the daytime, it's not as bad as it usually is. Like you're a little bit more like revitalized.
But
The sun is
at the
not a
same
deadly laser
time,
to you.
I have things that I know about that are right over there, and he'll point at where his island was, or in the direction of his island. That would do very well with getting rid of, at least in some degree.
Arik would kind of like
Would they,
Peon to be
though?
at tier 2 before we do something serious.
I know.
Unfortunately for you, God, Peon is stupid.
Yeah, I know, but still.
But Tadori isn't.
I forgot I had the stone until someone said said stones.
Oh,
I frequently forget about it.
Right. So, you understand how the tier system works, right?
Yes.
You're tier 1 right now.
Yes.
We're not going into combat with you being tier 1. Especially not
Why?
that kind of combat.
Fair enough.
That kind of combat is going to be grueling, gruesome, and wholly inadequate for tier 1 people.
I feel like I should be insulted by that.
It's more of a you can do better, son, kind of thing.
Someone's looking down from their high tower.
Hey, I have a reason to, bitch. That island did wonders for me and my stone and our connection. It'll do wonders for you too. I'm sure of it.
If you say so.
So let's hop on the back of my wyvern and go kill some fucking fish people.
Okay. But I have to ask first. What did the fish people do wrong?
The less you know, the better.
I
it's nothing. They looked at him funny.
morally I cannot accept murder for that reason. For they are still people.
No, they're not.
He didn't even kill the moss people. And they were
I
totally
know.
going to get him.
I know.
People are people. No
These
matter
aren't
what they
people.
look like.
I'm calling them fish people. These aren't people. They're things that would just 100% wholeheartedly eat you.
You are using the term people in describing them, and yet you want me to not believe they are people.
Listen, dog, I saw a fucking bulbous-eyed motherfucking thing stick its head out of the water and then slowly sink back down. I don't know.
I
There
am
are
moss.
many people who have.
All I know is the entire time I was over on that island, I was entirely expecting there to be fish people attacking me. I saw the head and I went, oh, look, it's a fish person. I'm gonna nope out of here right now. And now I think it's a perfect opportunity for you to gain tier 2.
It sounds like you just have a vendetta against the fish people.
Taking over my island, I want my island back.
So you have a vendetta.
He just smiles.
You could have just said that.
I didn't know what was gonna talk you into doing it.
Neither do I most of the time.
That's not helpful.
It depends on what the comedy decides.
Fair, but at this stage, mainly it's you training, and they won't hold back like I kind of will. So there's no need to hold back against them.
Okay.
Hop on back of Hydra. What? Hop on back of Wyvern and fly to my island. I've claimed this island. It's mine now.
We.
Okay. Okay. So, I guess the question is, do you want to actually play out the encounter and play with things? Go late, technically, because it is already midnight. Or do you just want to...
Technically, we can start the session with it.
Well, no, because I want to get moving, because
Fair.
you guys have been here for
Fair.
We have been here for like 4 sessions, so.
3.
So the question is, do we want to just have like a greatest hits of what the hell happens, or do you want to actually try things, do things, and understand what the hell it is you're doing? They won't, but their god will. Because that's how the Kuoto will work.
Fair.
Their god is not my god, thus their god does not matter.
Well, theirs has a physical manifestation that can punch you in the face.
Do I think... Right. Arik.
Wow.
Hi. This character's the embodiment of pride. Does he think that they are a problem? And i.e. should involve Vashnir and Jodak?
Stupid fucking fish person.
Cool.
Stupid fucking fish person.
So, it's me and Peon. Peon hasn't even hit tier 2 yet. I just hit tier 3.
But just for the most part, I'm pretty sure you guys be fine. You guys will be fine. So we can either do a greatest hits, we can run it late and you guys actually like play out the encounter. Or I don't really know what the or is.
I want to expedite it as much as possible. Because I do not want to be here at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I see no reason to play it out.
Alrighty then. Well, playing it out is like, I want to try to do this, or I want to try to do that. You actually using your ability, stuff like that. There's a lot of like, see how things work, actually like see it in practice, you know what I mean?
At push comes to shove, the main thing I would only want out of this is to have all of my charges into the next battle. That's all I would want.
But
so
let's do it this way, and I'll have to turn it into a cinematic. What exactly are you guys, like, what's your main goal to fuck with?
If I see a fish person, I'm gonna point Peon at it and get him to drink it.
Okay.
And when shit hits the fan, I'm gonna help Peon and his little buddy not die. That's my plan.
So it's...
I don't know what Peon's plan is.
Let's get something from that, and then I'll give a summary and see if you agree with it.
Peon is going to, I guess, to drink the fish people with this moss, while also, I guess, playing with this stone and like activating it a few times.
Okay, so the main objective there is utilize PJ, have them...
PJ! Yay!
That's his name.
I love it!
Have them see what the hell it is they can actually do for combat purposes. Give them full reign to do so. And activate your stone a number of times. Probably significantly more than is necessary.
Probably, yeah.
Goal of getting tier 2, so probably.
I am not going to activate my stone until it is absolutely necessary.
I need to stat out what the hell PJ can do as a normal attack, because they didn't exist whenever we started this session. The idea was not anywhere inside of my mind. And now they are real, and I have to deal with it.
Yay!
Outside of that, through the various attacking that you are going to be doing, and these things freaking, panicking, and attacking in violence, because they are very stupid. You probably activate your farm, test out your abilities, do the fire thing that you need to be able to do. While you are doing so, PJ is not adversely affected. assuming you allow it to channel over them as well, and do not, like, forcefully stop it from doing so.
No.
As
that's
a
rude.
result, PJ's attack that they can do applies to the standard benefits and bonuses that your thing gives you at base.
We activated stone before now?
No. Shit, you right.
Magical girl transformation, motherfucker. Good night, Dylan.
As Peon activates his stone, a red egg forms around him, because egg. Duh.
Egg.
He then hatches from the egg, surrounded in a fiery aura. Think Super Saiyan, but cooler because it's just fire.
Right.
And if you look carefully, he's exactly 1.7 inches taller.
I like this
That
reference
is
to something that I don't understand.
I said the reference. Like a Super Saiyan.
Any armor set, or is
You
it
get
just
1.7
scorching
inches
flames?
taller?
Just scorch and flame.
Alright.
Maybe like a billowing fire cape, you know?
Okay.
Why not?
I have an extra D8 of fire and have a cool fire bolt, because yours is just fire bolt.
That I do.
And as you are going through there and just kind of fucking obliterating this thing from the depths, there begins to rise this gold consolidation of a creature that looks kind of sort of like your wyvern, Tadori, as it breaches the surface and bellows out a cry. Its eyes are a bit derped, but it still looks like a big scary giant energy predator thing. And as you continue your combat, you can see that it continues to grow in size, seemingly with each kill that you or it makes. It, including the wyvern, because you know it's there and it's a fucking battle wyvern. It's gonna be doing battle wyvern things.
Can I launch PJ at it as like a big spike?
Yeah. Try
do
to
that.
absorb some energy from it. They try to do so, but it seems that they are inorganic matter, and it cannot find purchase.
Well, that's rude.
All out assault on it. I mean, that's kind of obvious at this stage.
You actively fight it. As you do so, it seems to simply grow stronger. This thing is an actual combat encounter. You may wish to retreat.
Shit. Seeing it only growing stronger, yeah. Grab Peon in the claws of the wyvern and fuck off. We're leaving.
Escape at maximum velocity. Does the one
Yeah.
being grabbed consent?
Do you resist the grab of the wyvern?
No.
Cool.
Alright. It's very strong, very large, but they don't actually make it fast, because they're really stupid. And they don't quite understand how flying things work. And you guys make your escape, with that encounter still somewhere in the seas. And you return to the port city. And I guess that's where I'm gonna go ahead and call session, unless there's anything else someone would like to do.
Write a note to both the captain and Vashnir. We have a problem. And that's where we'll end it.
Well, I can have it end as you get back to the boat. Then you can just start off next one like that.
Okay, yeah, sure, that works.
It just might make it simpler in the long run.
Fair
But
enough.
okay. That shall be session. Goodbye.
Bye.
I
I